Oh my God, that's awesome. Your beer turned out perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think anybody can follow that up.
Those were a lot of
Does anyone want to
gallons of
try? Does anyone have one to share? Dan, you got one?
I'm just glad to be here, folks.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Anybody online have one to share?
I wanted to share something. Today is my closing day, so I'm gonna be signing my life away today at 11 o'clock. So I'm happy I get my keys to my house today.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I came too soon. I was like, wait, it's already that time. So yeah, today's the day. I signed my life away.
Sign your life away. Always so stressful, but it's great at the same time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So where is this at? In Aubrey?
Yes. Off of 1385. Sandbrook.
Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay, that's awesome. That's really good. All right, anybody else have a happy they'd like to share?
Yes.
I've got a happy. Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm the reason I'm not there this morning is Corey has surprised me with a weekend away. So I have to like do my laundry because my parents are coming and get this house ready because I had no idea that they were going to stay here this weekend while we went away. So my day got changed on me.
That's a good happy thought.
Excuses.
Excuses. I know. And Corey, I'm happy Corey started his new job this week and he actually has a meeting this morning and that's why he's not online or person. So he'll get that all worked out and he'll start working from home on Fridays and be able to attend. So
that's awesome. Oh, that's really good news.
Yeah. Got to be employed so we can close on that house Carlos is selling us.
Oh, there you go, Carlos.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, Carlos, what's yours?
My happy is I've got a friend that I've known since third grade. I mean, we've been the best of friends since we were little bitty kids. And life gets busy. He and his family, me and my family, and he's still local. But last night we were able to hang out. We went to the casino last night, and I'm now a whole $75 richer.
Nice.
Wow.
We're able to feed all the poor kids at 9004 Green Drive.
$75 richer. That's awesome. I was about to say, did you have any money to spare to put into the jar?
Do you need security or anything? Do you need a quad guard?
Yeah, so when I asked for it in nickels, they were like, hey, we can do that.
Where is this casino?
Just north at Windstar.
Oh, you went to Oklahoma. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. That's hardcore. That's hardcore.
We don't have any in Texas.
No.
Well,
Legally.
I don't know.
I don't know if you heard that. So we're trying to we were just saying Texas doesn't have any casinos, at least legal ones, right? So
Yeah, hopefully they.
yeah.
Hey, Carrie.
Yes.
I got a text from Dwayne's wife. They just took him back and it'll be an hour and a half to 2 hours for his surgery. So just want to let everybody know, like about 5 minutes ago, she texted me.
Thank you, Sina.
Or actually about 4 minutes ago. Anyway.
Yeah, feel free to jump in if you hear any other updates. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I just thought you'd want to know, everybody in the room. So
no. This is really good. I mean, yeah. We know everything's going to be good.
I know.
All right.
Let me do my.
Jeff.
Yeah, I had a happy thought. So we got to go to Aubrey High School's band concert last night. So Levi plays the trumpet. So maybe his last time. I don't know. We're trying to convince him to stay in band, and he's not wanting to. So we'll see. It's fun. It was fun watching him though. We enjoyed him. Got to see the Tidwells. Jacob's there as well. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did he have a good time?
He did, and so that's what's frustrating. He likes it, and then, but I don't know. So we'll see.
Those band teachers are persuasive.
I know, and mom and dad are trying to be persuasive, so we'll see.
With as many kids as you have lots of opportunities for this, right?
Yeah, but he's the only one that's ever done band of all of our kids so far. So yeah, he's our last hope for music.
So if anyone doesn't know, Jeff has 7 I keep, when you go past 5, I keep adding like 10,
Yeah.
15.
Somewhere in there between 5 and 10 kids. So,
I know, I'll never forget seeing your car, and it had like all the little figurines of children that you
All
put
the
on
way
the
across.
back window, and I thought, this is a joke, right? Like, this is not real.
Right.
And he's like, no, this is real. I've got that many kids. And I'm like, on purpose? No, it's actually really, really cool. Oh, that's good then. That's good.
I'm glad to be here.
Yay! Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
You're in the wrong place.
You have to pretend that
We're
you're glad whether you are or
I
not.
think that's
Yes, yes, you have to be happy.
glad I survived the trip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, so for the moment we've all waited for, this is like the most coolest thing we could do as a club is to honor new members. So Jack O'Connor, would you like to stand so we can embarrass you?
And you can.
In just a second.
Yeah.
In just a second. First, I want everybody on the screen to make sure they see him. All right, so Jack. What do we say about Jack? Wow, look at this stuff, it's Denise. All right, so Jack is no stranger to the club. He has participated in hardcore trivia games. I think that was probably his first introduction to our club, which thank God proves very well. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, that didn't scare him away. But before I continue or go any further, Angie, you're his sponsor. So would you like to say anything about Jack? Something that we don't know?
Well, the things that you don't know about Jack, we're gonna keep that. Yes, yes,
Okay, that's smart.
why. Yeah, I saw
That's
you
smart.
sweating there. No, Jack is, well, obviously a phenomenal support for everything related, and everything in my life, my projects and, our family and
Making
everything.
beer.
Making beer, that's how he opens at 8 a.m. But he has a lot to give back to the community. He's I've been sitting in his classes, and he really cares about preparing our young kids, preparing a group of citizens that are informed, that know how to get information, that know how to read all the information that is bombarded at our kids these days. Beyond a curriculum that he has to follow, the notes from his students are, thank you, now I can understand what I'm reading in all my classes. And that's priceless. So we want to share that with everybody, and he wants to give back to the community. So this is the perfect channel for us to do that.
Oh, that is beautiful. And you're married.
And I'm still even able to say things like that.
Wow, no, that's beautiful. Thank you for that, and makes me feel even better about having you. So to make this official, fellow Rotarians, it is the duty of our Rotary Club to add new members so that we may not only increase our usefulness and influence as a club, but also to extend the spirit of Rotary throughout the community. Today, I welcome in our ranks and admit to membership, Jack O'Connor. Why am I making that a game show? I'm sorry. Rotarian Jack, you've been elected to membership in this club because your fellow members believe you to be a worthy representative of your calling and also to possess qualities that will permit you to exemplify the true spirit of Rotary in your public, business, social, private life. It actually says bum, bum, bum. I wish to impress upon you that you have been admitted not only to the Rotary Club of 380, but to a worldwide association. And by virtue of your membership in this club, you will be welcomed into the fellowship of any Rotary Club in the world. The honor and privilege of Rotary membership carries with it duties and obligations. You will be expected to perform your share of club service and to place your knowledge and talents at the disposal of the club. Ha, it's my favorite part. And in its task of carrying out the principles of Rotary in the daily life of the community. So, Rotarian Jack O'Connor, in the name of the 380 Rotary Club, I now formally admit you to the membership of this club. Everybody? All right. Here's your certificate. Of course. And right, with some pride. You're a Rotarian. You hold this behind you.
I think we need Angie.
And then we need Angie to get over here. Thank you so much. Make sure smile like you're really happy about this, okay?
Really pretend you're happy, guys.
Yay, thank you. That's
Oh,
awesome.
you're so sweet.
That's awesome. That's such a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for bringing him and just being so freaking cool. All right, next. And I'm so sorry that I troll your Facebook pages and steal photos, you know?
No, you're not. No, you're
Not really, but that's what you have. That's what happens when you accept my friendship.
You acknowledge the stalking is going to happen.
Yeah,
So it's clear.
Which is much better than most.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and stand, Kathy, and Kathy's okay, right?
Sure.
Okay, all right, cool. I thought about you and I thought, I can't give the same speech because you've been at Rotary. You would probably be better standing here and telling us about it. You've been in it for 10 years.
I've been in it for like 25.
25?
I was in a Rotary Club for about 15, 16 years in Virginia.
Oh my goodness. Okay, see?
Mrs. Rotary.
Mrs. Rotary.
Madam Rotary.
Madam Rotary. Well, you are no stranger to our club. We have probably been trying to grab you for about a year, 2 years. So yeah, I know. Dan has always spoken so highly of you. And with that, Dan, did you want to go ahead as her sponsor?
You're doing very well.
Yeah. Maybe share with us something we
I've known her for about 10, 12 years, to the town of Crossroads. Various activities we have there, she's always there. She's doing whatever needs to be done, and you can count on her.
Yeah.
Now she's in charge of the parks.
Are you really?
Yeah, they want to do it, use the pavilion. I'm trying to get people to use it, so
Did you hear that?
we can have an outdoor event,
That is awesome.
concert, circus.
Circus.
Oh, wait a minute.
Look
Oh,
at
that
Carlos.
is- that is Crossroads. Oops.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'd have to get Krugerville involved if we want a circus.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We already have that.
Yeah.
We have the circus going to Crossroads.
I'm really glad to be here. I've been wanting to move out here, but Denton Noon Club, been very active in it, and I kind of felt like with COVID, it was just kind of the perfect time to kind of exit.
Well, I tell you,
They voted no for me to leave.
I bet they did. I bet they did because
It was so
I
good.
spoke to the secretary there and she was not happy. Of course, I was like, we're so excited, and she's like, that's nice. But she said that you were so heavily involved, and sure enough, I mean, I think it was like the first week after your application was approved, you were like, listen, I've got to go and do some charity at Good Samaritan first. And then just this week, just today, I think you posted that you donated your wedding dress. Did you want to share that? Or?
Well, there's a gentleman on the Parks Board named Ron Zollfeld, and his wife takes wedding dresses and they cut them up and they make gowns for infants who are stillborn.
Yeah.
And so this is what they're buried in. So I know.
Oh, but it's
So,
a blessing,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
Because
yes.
you're transitioning one,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why, but I've been hanging on to it since '86.
No, I didn't even,
So,
you're just like a wealth of information of all
Um,
these awesome nonprofits and
right.
charities out there. This is amazing. So yeah, when I saw that, I was like, score, we got a good win. This is great. You just hit the ground running. All right, no pressure. So with that, I couldn't use the same induction speech for Jack with you because you are so experienced, but I will say it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome Kathy into the membership of our club. Kathy's been an outstanding member of Denton Noon, right? Denton Noon Rotary. And we would hope that you will give this club the benefits of your previous Rotary experience to further strengthen our fellowship, to help us serve even more effectively this community and the wider fields of Rotary service. The principles and practices of Rotary and the obligations of being a Rotarian are well known to you through your former membership. So you got this. You already know everything about it. Thank you, though. Thank you for continuing the commitment to this worldwide fellowship and the dedication to service above self. Really means a lot. 25 years. That's incredible. We look forward with confidence to your participation and contribution to our club's programs, projects, and activities. So fellow Rotarians, please join me in welcoming Rotarian Kathy Langley into the 380 Rotary Club. I know you probably got so many trinkets, but get over here anyway.
Okay.
You too, Dan. Here's your another pin.
I don't have one like this.
Yeah, I thought those were pretty clever. All right. And let's see if we can make sure we got everybody in here. All right. Wow, y'all look awesome. Welcome, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is
Thank
that
you.
mine?
Oh, yes, that's yours. Now, look, not that you need to know the Rotary basics, but this is what's included now in the member packet. So I thought that was interesting. All right.
What were some of the things that you served in your other Rotary Club?
Oh, Sergeant at Arms, and I will not do it again.
No?
No.
No.
Well, of course, it may not be so much here, but, yeah. Actually, if I could take just a brief moment, we have a project going on between several Rotary clubs. Have you heard about the Monarch Trail?
Oh, the butterfly.
The Monarch Butterfly way stations? And we are putting one in, I don't know if it's not tomorrow, but I think it's next Saturday at Good Sam. And so we're taking well, it's probably about the size of this room, an area where they had a garden, flower garden, and we're converting it into a monarch, like wildflower garden.
Oh.
And I mean, there's a sign that goes up and everything. And so they're looking for other people to participate. So if this
Yeah.
club wants to take that on, I can get more information.
I was going to say, could you?
Sure.
And then if
It's
you
fun.
email it to me, I will make sure
And-
everybody knows. You said it's tomorrow?
I think it's not tomorrow. I better find out. But I think it's next Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I can email you information.
Yes.
But if there's an area around here that you want to look at doing a little wildflower garden and have a monarch way station, because they
brilliant.
winter in Mexico and then they go through Texas up and around up north where they, it's like hummingbirds.
I think Amy Yarbrough gave a Rotary Minute on it,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, why does this sound so familiar? So yeah, that's awesome.
I want to be a butterfly.
You want to be a butterfly?
I was not expecting that.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Look at you already. I mean, already contributing. Yeah, that's awesome. No pressure, Jack.
I like butterflies.
You like butterflies? Okay, okay, that's fine.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a butterfly.
All right, so I'm really, really excited also about this. This is really a great opportunity that our club does. Thanks to your contributions, thanks to your funding of our fundraiser, our Sweet Support fundraiser, we were able to easily budget in the funds to give to our annual donation. And so we are this is what we're all about, this is what we do. And yes, we're a fun group and we like to hang out and tease each other or whatever, but it's really about giving back. And so all this year, we've been having a lot of really cool nonprofits come and speak to the club. And, it's really hard to try to narrow down, try to take that number and whittle it down. But the board did a fantastic job in doing that and got it down to 3 local nonprofit organizations. So we are going to take a vote as a club. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to do a little test one for you guys on Zoom, on camera. So if you're on camera, what you would do is just write to me in the chat box who you would want, but not right now, just wait. And then the people in the room, our Sergeant at Arms is going to make sure that they all have a card to fill out, and then he's going to collect it, and then Carlos is going to just count them up, and then that's how we're going to tee it up. So that way it's just simple and quick. But before we go there, oh, no, you're good. Before we go there, I just want to make sure and just give a refresher of the 3 local nonprofits that you'll be deciding on. And so one of them is Love Packs Aubrey, and a lot of us are very familiar with Karen Matson. And she's just an incredible individual in every single way. But this is such a wonderful program in that it gives food back to local schools and to students in the community, specializing in for kids who can't afford, that sustenance. Actually, you know what? I'm not doing a really good job at that. Let me, Linda, are you able to speak more on it? Because I know you're very familiar with it.
Well, I think you did a pretty good job. What we do is we provide food security for those students who rely on school lunches for their main source of nutrition. And so we will collect and pack love boxes for extended times away from school.
Right. No, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And so then the next one is Denton County Friends of the Family. And they spoke to us just a couple of months, maybe a month or 2 ago, pretty recently. But they are right here in Savannah. And they're the ones that take care of individuals, of families, not always just women. Sometimes it could be men too, that are victims of sexual assault or some sort of abuse. And so they are local heroes in the community in the sense that they provide for, a safe place. They provide food, they provide shelter. They even go as far as making sure that they have medical treatment, they get them to the right places. So they do a really thorough job of securing and helping people that are victims of abuse. So it's actually a really, really great program. And then finally, there is Blue Sky Therapeutic Writing and Respite, and that's in Krugerville. I keep wanting to say Aubrey, but it's Krugerville. And they have this wonderful ranch that is dedicated to providing therapy through horseback riding for people with special needs that are like neurological disorders and things like that. And so I think you guys probably remember back in October, they came and they spoke to us. Amy, she was so sweet. But they had a laundry list of things. I mean, horses are not cheap to feed, but they are such an instrumental part of our community as well. So now you kind of got an idea. You got to remember, like, okay, I got it. So for those online, let's just do a little practice run before you write back to me. I want to make sure you guys can get this right. So in the chat box for you online, just go ahead and write just only to me, not to everyone. Just write to me what your favorite color is.
Are we doing this?
Did we write it on here?
No, you guys don't. Very good. Thank you, Simon. I already got
Blue. Blue.
That's my answer.
It's not to everyone.
That's
Not to
awesome.
everyone.
It's not to everyone. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. I got yours. Linda, Brian, Karen, I want to make sure I get, okay. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Karen.
What are everybody's online favorite colors?
Oh.
Yeah, I want to know.
All right, Simon, you and Karen are purple and Michael is green.
Wait, I feel like it's supposed to be a secret ballot.
Well, it's okay. Linda is blue and Brian, I'm waiting on yours.
Somebody wake Brian up.
Purple.
Yeah. Did he just say it, purple?
He doesn't know the rules either.
Right.
Oh, well, why did you ask me?
I want to make sure it gets in there. Okay.
We're doing a practice ballot. That way there's no stolen elections.
That's right. Yes, we're gonna keep a fair election here.
Don't count these at 4 a.m.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. Well, I think we get the gist. Okay, you guys got it. All right. So at this time, everybody go ahead and complete your ballots. and Dan, if you can collect those from everybody and give them to Carlos, and Carlos will tally it up. Same thing with you guys online. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Sina.
Sure.
And I will have Carlos, when you're done with that, you'll just be with me so that we're ethical.
Corey sent Carlos a text message with his vote since he's indisposed.
Did you hear
So
that,
ours is
Carlos?
gonna be a hanging chat,
All
is
right.
that what you're saying?
It's not gonna be counted.
Awesome. I'm already getting these in.
Too late.
Thank you, Sina. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Karen. Man, and voting could just be this easy, right?
Right.
Okay, just waiting on 2 more.
I was just thinking the same.
Linda, Brian, y'all. I haven't gotten yours yet. There you go. Thank you.
Let's meet.
Just waiting on 1 more.
All these people come in with their like power drinks, right? But you know what?
Yeah. Do I get a vote too?
Yes, you do get a vote.
Bernie.
If I get a vote,
Passes.
votes.
You two are the tiebreakers.
Come on, Brian. Come on. Don't tell me purple.
Right, just say it out loud.
Just say-
We'll write it down.
If you're driving, I understand. So
He texted it to me.
he did? Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. All
I
right.
feel like Brian doesn't know what to do.
Okay. And I will send this picture to you. And then we will get our presenter to do it. And by the end of our deal, unless it's really that easy for you to tally this up, Carlos. It's
Looks like
probably,
he's done.
it's probably not that hard.
Extra fingers.
Do you? I got some in.
Okay, I just texted you the results from this.
Who needs a camera?
All right. So exciting. Thank you guys for this. You made this so easy and not complicated.
Did you include your vote on that?
I'm doing it right now. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And so we already purchased the big check. Yeah, so Denise has it here. And we kind of ran a funny story about that. So we got the first check and it was supposed to be dry erase and it turned out it wasn't. And so, the vendor apologized and said, just go ahead and put a big X through it, and we'll resend you a new one. Make sure it's dry erase so that you can reuse it year after year. So we got the second one, and it's not either.
So when you write on it, when you try to erase it, it won't erase.
It won't erase. So whoever gets this gets to go home with a great big check. And luckily the vendor was very apologetic and refunded our money back. So.
Do you have a dry erase marker?
Yes, trust me. Because that was, that did occur, like maybe we're not using the right marker, but it's the same dry erase marker that works on all the other whiteboards. So, yeah. So anyway, it didn't cost us anything. So, but the bad news is that Carlos is going to have to buy another one in his years.
So are they gonna send it again? Are they gonna send it?
No, they just gave us our money back. And so
I can just say, we're incapable of doing
yeah,
this.
here, let's share so the people online can see what it looks like. But I mean, look at this, isn't it pretty? And we already put in
Yeah, I want it to be,
how much it is.
I want it to be dry erase so I can put my name on it.
No,
No.
so I
Not to
think
try to
that
cash, just to get it awesome.
It's just a picture.
Yeah,
Right.
but they,
With a
yeah,
trail.
that's what I'm
I like
saying.
it. I like
I've
the
always
check
wanted
on
that. I've always wanted to do that.
you always wanted to do that.
For sure.
Okay. Says the financial advisor that he always wanted to write his own name in other people's checks. Okay.
I love handing out huge checks. It's awesome.
All right, we'll
He
pretend.
just needs to get in line for presidency. That way he can do that.
There you go.
It'd be real easy to make that 1 a 9.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's the
Oh,
drag race,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And McMahon's talking about
fun.
Balloons, balloons on it.
All right, so while Carlos is working on that and getting that tallied up, Jeff, why don't you tell us what you've got going?
For sure. So I was listening to a podcast the other day. Yeah, I'm old. I listen to podcasts. And so they were talking about, somebody said that was a sign of if you're a Gen Xer.
I just started this.
That you, exactly. So that it's a sign of you getting old. You don't listen to the radio anymore, you listen to podcasts. But anyway, that's a side note. So they were talking about the concept of TD Ameritrade had done a study, and they found that people spend more on youth sports than they do on their own retirement. So I went and looked it up.
Interesting.
Wow.
And 3 out of 4 American sports parents have said that it impacts their ability to save and invest for retirement because of the amount of money they spend on their children's athletics. They admit to spending more $500 or more on their children's endeavors, and 8% spend more than $1,000 a month. So 25% of people spend $500 or more a month on their children's athletics. And the idea is, so you think that sounds crazy, but the idea is they think that they can get their kid to get a scholarship, which would pay for about 50% of their schooling, right, for college. And what they found out is the amount of money that they spend in there, had they put it into a 529 or a custodial account, that would have paid off, and they don't get it, right? So the kids, that's roughly about 18% of kids that have done that are getting scholarships. But had they just invested that same amount of money they're spending on paying for their kids' athletics, they would have actually paid for more than 50, about 60% of college education. So they're putting it towards this idea that they'll get a scholarship, but if they would just put it towards their kids' education, they'd have about 60% of their kids' education. So the point of that story is that it's very, very, very difficult to find, to get a scholarship. And so that the idea is to really just prepare for that plan B. And if they get a scholarship, awesome. If they don't, here's your plan.
Plan B. Wow.
But I found that a little interesting.
That's daunting, yeah.
That would probably.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
like,
Denise told me the other day,
You
she
would say,
said,
yeah.
I don't have a pool because I have dance lessons.
And now Brett tries to say that the girls aren't gonna have a wedding because he's paid for so much college. And I mean, seriously, you know, a real
He's just talking, he's just talking, he's just
I
talking.
know, yeah. my poor
I get it,
babies.
I get it. That is hard. Okay, Carlos. Expound.
Fireside chat.
Yes. All right, so now it's my turn. I thought we were still talking about weddings. My bad. That's a great transition. While we're talking about it. So,
We can't see you.
can't see me. Well, it's because I'm a ninja.
Let's see if I can do this. There we go.
All right, so as we're, as we're coming into the end of the school year, right, everybody's, and this is kind of along those same lines, what Jeff was talking about, everybody's kids are about to be out of school, and we're about to be on a little bit different schedule. And so, I think it's important, because while you were talking about this, I was thinking about, like, I understand that there's the monetary contribution to keeping kids in sports and keeping them, busy and all this other kind of stuff. But at the same time, I think that it's valuable to keep them busy and keep them, goal-oriented, focused on something, learning skills and doing that. So while the money part of it, that matters also, we're about to go into summer. As a Rotary Club, we're going to be also focusing on including our kids more, our families more, and being mindful of that different schedule that we're going to be on, because that's we're inclusive. We want to include everybody. We want to include everybody's family. But, you know, I'd say spend money on sports.
Yeah, just to put a qualifier on it, the advantages of building teamwork and that kind of stuff. The idea is, it's the fact that people are trying to bet a lot of money with the idea that it will pay off. I'm not against sports. I love sports. I love watching sports. I love my kids in sports. I love watching my kids in sports. So I do want to put that qualifier. I'm not an anti-sports dad. It's just balance, right? Like everything in life, it's got to be balanced. So.
I think we all can agree. All right, so without further ado, I bring our beautiful Angie, talented Angie.
Yay!
Oh my goodness, this woman is fantastic. I was scrolling, trolling through your pages. I couldn't decide what photo to use, and I thought I'd act with integrity and use one that we actually done.
Yeah, I was like, that looks familiar.
Yeah.
That table right there.
Yeah,
So
so,
do you need me there? Or do you-
oh, no, they can see you.
Okay,
Do you want
I got
to, do
actually.
you want to make me the host so that I can share this screen right
I'm
here?
sorry.
Host last night looked fabulous.
Last
Last
night
night I
was
missed your
fun.
little girls'
Last night
night.
was fun. We
Yes.
missed you sign up. Yeah, no, last night was fine. It was.
I missed you too,
Fine.
but I got to hang out with Jeff instead.
Right.
Well, her kids. Don't put it like it wasn't like she picked
See?
us over you.
That's okay. That's
Her
okay.
kid. Don't lie.
I'm just kidding around.
Behind that.
There we go. That's perfect. All right, so are you doing that one? Or do I,
If that's what you want.
whatever, I can. Okay, so a little bit about me. Well, everybody knows me. I'm from Food Experience on 377 and our long dealing. We're trying to get that building up and running and open to the public and all that fun stuff. And it's nice to see everybody's pretty much a neighbor of ours, if not in the neighborhood in, you know, on 377 with Karen, we're a couple blocks down. And things like that. But so to give you a little bit of my background, I actually started in hotels. So I'm from Argentina. I'm from Buenos Aires. And this is actually a picture of the Rotary Club that I mentioned on the day of my induction. That was the Rotary Club, the chapter that introduced me to the world of Rotary many years ago. When I was a teenager, they were hosting a vocational class, and I learned about hotel management there. And that was like, oh, okay, that's maybe a career I might be interested in. And that's what I did. So right in Buenos Aires, I worked for Starwood Hotels. Sheraton Buenos Aires is one of the largest downtown. That's upside down, but
I was gonna say.
probably
What language?
probably something, right? And other hotels there. That's what happens when you do things on your phone, right?
Yes.
And then one day somebody called me from school and mentioned, well, do you want to do an internship? I'm like, well, I'm already working with the general manager. Why would I start an internship? And they're like, well, it's in Colorado. So I was in Buenos Aires and they wanted to offer me to do a trip there. So it was 18 months. I was supposed to be 18 months there, and 19 years later, you know, so those 18 months weren't really 18. Oh, sorry. And so I went to Park Hyatt Beaver Creek in Colorado, really nice until you actually have to work in the snow.
Yeah.
And then you have to call animal control because there's a bear blocking the front door of your restaurant and when you want to open it. So you have to wait for them and things like that. So that was always fun. Then from Colorado, they transferred me to San Diego. And that's the Manchester Grand Hyatt. It's 2 towers. They have 1,625 rooms. They're overlooking San Diego Bay. It's gorgeous. And my claim to fame in that hotel was that we had a room service department for 1,600 rooms that was open 24 hours. And my graveyard crew decided to take a trip to Tijuana because we were very close to the border. And they got in a car accident. They were fine, but the whole crew was in that same car and they couldn't make it back. So they call me at 9 p.m. and they tell me, there's nobody coming and you have 1,625 rooms. And what the graveyard crew does is we collect the breakfast for the next morning, not only servicing, people that are coming back from the bars. So that was me.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So that's when you start collecting on all the favors you've ever done for anybody in the hotel, and you start calling people and you start talking to housekeeping, and it's like, okay, you guys know the rooms, you talk to security, you walk the hallways, you pick me up the orders, and yeah, so that was fun. And because I proved that I got creative solving little problems like that, they
Little problems.
little problems like that, yeah. They told me, we have a hotel in DFW. It's in Terminal C at the DFW airport. They have 5 restaurants that need to work at the same time, and they can't figure out how to get it done. We're gonna send you there. So no question asked in there. It's like, we're gonna send you there. Okay. So I lived in the hotel for a little bit, and I figured out how to run the 5 departments. So it's 811 rooms. They have room service. They have a 24-hour coffee shop because it's an airport. And they have a 3-meal restaurant, a fine dining restaurant, and a sports bar that does 60% food. And, there's a storm in Chicago, and this hotel gets full because the planes don't take off. There's a problem with, back in the day when we had flights, when American Airlines has an issue and they bring 400 people to your restaurant, within 5 minutes.
Meal vouchers, yeah.
So the meal vouchers, yeah. So I would get a call at 1 in the morning. It's like, gotta go, let's go. So we figured out how to get it done, and we took it down to a science. So that was that was the first part of, getting very, very close to the culinary team.
I know.
So getting close to the culinary team helped us figure out, so what can we serve? What do we eat these people when they come in 400 at a time? So with all that said, hotels are open 24/7, right? Every day of the year. And then kids come into the picture. And when I'm moving to Dallas, I meet Jack, and we start getting kids and all that fun stuff. And so, kids also need you 24/7. So as much as I like the hotel life and as much as I enjoyed it, I took a step back and went into a finance scenario because of the more stable schedule. So I worked for Bank of America right at the time when they absorbed Countrywide. That's okay. So that was fun.
That's the office.
And so I learned a lot about mortgage and what not to do. And then after that, I worked for the credit bureau. So I learned a lot about, credit history and how to build your credit. And it was fantastic, and benefits were great. The schedule was such a world of difference compared to hotels. And but the 9 to 5 sitting in front of a desk was just not me. It was just not my life. So, but during those times, in order to, move through and still keep motivated, I would host dinners at home. And we would have, our friends have young kids too. So I would set up a restaurant for kids in our 2nd floor, and they would have their dinner and their activity, and then 7 restaurants downstairs. Each room of our house would be turned into a different area. And, we would have people over, and the kids were in their own world, having something to do. And we would just walk around the house having our different courses. I had Jack hanging a whole dinner from the ceiling.
Let's pause on that for a minute. With the 7 rooms, no, literally. So I had to hang sheets on wires to make 7 rooms in our house.
Right.
Each one with a completely different theme, even a different lighting.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it took like 2 days to get
I
set.
need you to come organize my house, please.
Those were
And there
fun.
was a whole map of the flow. Based
Oh
on,
my
there was
God.
a cocktail and, or an appetizer.
Yeah.
And then an entree at each station thematically.
Yeah, so those were fun. So we decided, well, we need to do this, for more people, not only our friends. We want to open this to public. I'm sure there are other couples that have young kids that need to do something, without having to hire a babysitter. So that's how the food experience idea started coming out, and it took us a long time to find our way. We went back to the drawing board a couple times, but we finally were able to get it done. We're open. We are very, very happy. We have quite a few events that have been very successful. While we were planning all this, we took some time to do some traveling. So Jack has a friend in Japan, so we went to visit him. That was a very, very hot summer in Tokyo and Kyoto and Osaka that we spent there.
That is so cool.
Yeah, we had fun. It was very interesting. It was very interesting.
What is this stuff?
So our friends took us to this place where they would actually tell you about the whole story of the samurai and the geisha and dress you up and explain you how everything meant something. And you go through the whole setup and then they take pictures of you, and then the taking off the makeup. His was fine, but mine, the taking off the makeup was actually longer than the whole session before that. Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, so those were very fun. Then we went to Paris because, you know, why not?
Why not?
Why wouldn't I? So we had a good time. Jack's family in Canada actually took our kids. So we flew from here to Canada. Our kids stayed with them, and we flew to Paris. So it was good. So we were, you know, drinking champagne at 3 a.m. because we could.
Jack is such a swell guy. Wow.
Right. So, and now we're doing tomorrow we have our beer brewing class, which we're gonna finally be able to show the one that Jack brewed a couple weeks ago. So that was good. Last night we had a charcuterie board class. So ladies had a really good time.
Jennifer?
Yes, she was there. We've been having kids cooking classes, which are amazing. I'm loving cooking with them and how much they enjoy, you know, trying what they just made themselves. And it's fantastic.
Date nights.
Date nights and adults cooking classes are going well. And we had a chef table for Mother's Day. That was really fun. It was very interesting to cook right there, you know, with people sitting right in front of you. That was nice. And the catering business just took a life on its own. So that's really good. And we were able to hire a very, very, very qualified candidate that's working with us now. So we're very excited about that. Chef Ryan is with us and it's been fantastic. He's such a great help. So no more 140 people by myself anymore. So
Are you accepting applications for food critics?
and tasters.
Tasters?
Yes, all the time, every day.
Ready.
All the time.
Like if there's ever something that I've been working for my whole life.
Right? You're ready for that. You got a
follow.
resume for it.
That's right.
Just stop by.
Here's my
A
number.
natural expert.
Just stop by. I'll give you the code for the door.
Okay.
Look at him. Look at
Well,
him.
thank you.
But I don't need to like walk in and like the problem I've got at my house is sometimes there's no food. No food. I open up the refrigerator and all there is ingredients.
Right. I want that. Ooh.
Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome. Does anyone have any questions for Angie?
What's for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Be a bride.
Who came up with the name, Angie, of the company? I've never asked you. I've always wondered.
Well, it was a combination of, you know, the first question was, what do we call it? And it's like, well, I have experience in food. I like people to have an experience out of food because it's not just, you know, just shove food in your mouth,
Right.
which I hate doing that when you're in a rush, when, you know, kids are bored and they want to go somewhere. I just want to experience what I'm eating. And it's not just about, you know, only filling your tummy. It's about the experience around you and the environment and what you have. So it's a food experience.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes
That's
it's
how
like,
it happens.
how much can you put in your mouth at one
right,
time?
right, at one
That's an
time,
experience.
and not choking.
And still be able to breathe.
That is
Not choking, that's
awesome.
important.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
important.
for one, you celebrate food.
Yeah.
And that's the key to my heart and so many other hearts here, you know, we all love it because we're in Texas, you know, that's what we do here. We love to eat. Yes, but we are so proud of you because thank you for sharing that with us because I had no idea the experience that you've had. And of course, I could see Carlos' face lighting up because I could see him going, ooh, I can use it for this or this.
I mean, my kids have been,
Yes.
they went to your class one
Yes.
time and, you know, they love.
We created a new class because of your daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she came up with a new idea
Which one?
that day. We're gonna do she came up with the idea of doing the pizza crust stuffed with cheese, and she was showing kids, so we created a new class because of her, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I love it. That is awesome. All right, so any other questions for Angie?
What, why don't you tell us real quick about what you do and what kind of clients you're looking for, how we can be a part of the food experience also,
Yeah,
if-
great question.
what services you offer and how we can join.
Well, we do, our kitchen is a commercial kitchen, so if you hear of anybody who needs to rent a space because they're moving out of a home production and they want to go, but they don't necessarily have their own brick and mortar yet, they can use our kitchen, they can rent our kitchen. Or somebody who has a trailer
Mission-
or a food
Mission
truck.
Pizza, right? Is doing that now.
Mission Pizza is
Pretty good.
doing that. They work out of our kitchen on the weekends. And he's growing to the point that he's starting hiring staff because he can keep up with the demand. So that's
So
great.
wonderful.
His business starting doubling and tripling every weekend. Because now, in our ovens, he can make so many more pizzas at the same time. So obviously we're inspected by the health department, so you don't have any restrictions on that. So anybody who wants to rent our space, they can do that with us, or anybody who wants to just have a fun time and have cooking classes. We've been doing private groups. So if you want just your group or your family to have a cooking class, we set up one just for them.
So
Awesome.
if I wanted to set up like a private event for, let's say, a client appreciation event.
Yeah.
And I could contact you and set up. a
Yeah, we
private
set up the
event.
date and we choose a recipe that you want them to cook on, and they do that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Where's
Awesome.
your kitchen?
Karen, real quick, I know you have an announcement to make, right?
Yes, I wanted to invite everybody to my first business breakfast here at the branch on June 3rd at 8 o'clock. And Angie's gonna be catering, so she'll be serving some amazing breakfast burritos, fruit platters. So it's open to all businesses. It doesn't just have to be business point bank customers. So it's open to all businesses. If we like to come, just go on the website and RSVP so we know how many people we're going to be serving. So hopefully we have enough food for everybody. But it's on June 3rd at 8 o'clock here at the Point Bank location in Aubrey.
You, and I'll make sure to share that on our social media and also send the email. I'll forward it that you sent me. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
Okay, so Sina, any updates on Dwayne?
I was actually just grabbing my phone to check. No update yet. Do y'all want me to put it in the Facebook group, or what would you like me to, how would you like me to convey that information if I get anything?
Yeah, Facebook sounds great.
Okay, yeah, I can just, I can do that.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, all right, so let's get out of here, and Kathy, you're gonna lead us home. All right,
I
so
can do that.
she can do it with her eyes closed.
I know. The 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Number one, I'm sorry.
Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Two,
Is
Is
it
it
Is it
fair?
fair to all concerned?
3,
Will it build good?
Goodwill, better friendship.
Will it be
beneficial to all concerned? And 5.
Have
Yay! Woo-hoo! That was an awesome meeting. Thanks, everybody. Thank you online. Have a great weekend.
Purple. Y'all have a good weekend.